Now I'm going to select the elephant as its plinth and desaturate the rest of the picture. Keep the elephant and the plinth in colour and take the colour out of the rest of the picture. And to do that, I'm going to use the Quick Select tool, which shares with the Magic Wand tool. So it's possible you'll see this in the toolbox. It's the fourth one down. If you do, just hold your mouse button down on it and go to the Quick Select tool, or press W on the keyboard. So Alt mouse wheeling in to here and then just dragging inside the elephant. It's a little bit tricky because it's so changing. It's got these black lines on it, different colours. And I'm also getting the grass here. And it doesn't, getting the black and white of the plinth doesn't really make any odds because that's grey anyway, so desaturating it or not doesn't make any difference. But just for completeness. Right, there are more difficult bits here, so I'm going to zoom in and use a larger brush. And actually I'm going to go for quite a bit larger here just to get the curve that sort of fits the curve of the elephant, because I think that makes it a little bit easier. And I need to hold down Alt. I need to subtract that little bit from the selection. Yeah, so I may not be able to get that perfect. Nope, that's pretty good. And that bit needs to go in. The Quick Select tool is really very good, I think, at this. And I've just got the edge of my very large brush on the ear of the elephant, and it's jumped over. I'm holding down Alt to subtract from selection. You can also go up to the options bar and click on this to subtract from selection, but I like staying in Make Selection and just pressing Alt when I want to subtract from selection, because that it just seems easier to me than nipping over to the toolbar all the time. So at the moment I'm holding down Alt and clicking to subtract from selection. So now the trunk, do what I can with that. Come in and get the edge of the blue. That's pretty good. To be honest, I don't think anybody's really going to tell much about the edges. This bit between its legs, let's just zoom in there. I'll use a tiny brush. So I'm selecting the elephant. I need to subtract this bit from the selection, which happened in one go. That's Command 0, Control 0 to zoom out. That looks great. Okay, so what I'm going to do to desaturate it, I'm going to use a black and white adjustment layer. If you can't see the adjustments panel here, click on Window and then click on Adjustments. I won't because mine's already ticked. And then in the middle row, it's the third one, which looks just black and white. Now, if I click it now, I've desaturated the elephant, not the rest of the picture. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to chuck that away. And now I threw it away and I've lost my selection. The selection actually goes into the layer mask for the layer. So if I do history, if I just show you that, the selection, this was the new layer, and this is the selection, and it's gone into that layer. So I'm going to go back one more step using the history panel. This is the history panel, and it lets me just step up to previous state. So I could go back quite a long way if I wanted to. This was before I took its trunk. I selected the trunk. But I'll go back to this state here. And let's tuck that away again. If you can't see the history panel, then again on the window menu, and I can't see it at the moment. I've got this shortcut, but it's not expanded. So what I need to do is invert the selection. Anything to do with selections is on the select menu. Inverse. So now I've selected everything except the elephant, and I can tell that because I've got the marching ants around the edge as well as around the elephant. So if I now go over to the black and white adjustment layer and click it, this is what I wanted. Now, using an adjustment layer like this lets me adjust these sliders and change what black and white looks like. And in this picture, which is mostly grey, you don't see a big difference. The bus behind the elephant shows the biggest difference when I change the red slider, because it's a red London bus with a yellow advert on it, or yellow front by the looks of it. So maybe to emphasise that, I'll make it dark and make its front white. There's not much in the way of green. I don't think doing that's going to change very much. But there certainly are pictures where it's really useful to be able to change the balance of black and white in the picture. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I can save it. If I go to File, Save As, if I think I might come back to it and adjust it, then I'll save it as a PSD file with layers. But if I actually just want to save it and print it, say, or email it, I'll click on this Format drop down, change to JPEG. Photoshop warns me I can't save layers. I get the warning. File must be saved as a copy because it doesn't. The JPEG won't preserve the layers. So if I wanted to do that, I'd say save now. No, I don't want to replace it. Let's just do that again, just so no, I'll show you the JPEG save somewhere else. So that's how to desaturate something.